A wise man once said, if you ain't first, you're last. And while this 60 volt, 5 kilowatt Rizzler is a ton of fun, it's not winning a ton of races. Until now. Today, we're installing the TrueMoto 6.7 mod kit from Electro Co, which consists of the little bit controller, new throttle assembly, mode switcher, and high torque motor. Now, you don't necessarily actually need a bigger upgrade battery to run this kit. However, there are limitations to the power at each specific battery. I'll throw it on screen, but basically though, with the stock 60 volt and the upgrade kit, you have more torque, but still push 5 kilowatts. With a 72 volt 25 amp hour, the stock Rizzler Sport and RTR Sport battery, you're able to push 8 kilowatts and also with more torque. And lastly, with a 72 volt 45 touring or the 72 volt 35 race battery, you can push the full 13 kilowatts that this kit is capable of. Install straightforward, but definitely time consuming. I'd suggest cutting out at least 2 to 3 hours to do the full install. Take that as you will, as I am pretty bad at bike work. All right, quick update on the build. Like I said, this is not a how-to, but just a couple pointers. Install of this 6.7 kit is going to be different on the RTR versus the RTR Lite and the Rizzler. They're kind of in the same category, but we have the new motor mounted up, mounts up super easily. We route everything the same. Now, next up, we have the controller ready to go into the bike, but it actually doesn't fit on the stock Rizzler mount. So we're going to pull off the skid plate, pull this off. This is the new mount that's going to replace it. Then this should mount right into here. And other than that, it's then just running the motor leads and plugging everything back in. All right, to no one's surprise, this is taking me way freaking longer than 2 to 3 hours. But wiring this is just an absolute rat's nest. So basically, I got this side cover back on. I took them both off to help, but we've got it routed pretty well. We have 3 extra plugs here. So this little triangle one, it's gonna be marked do not use, and then there's 2 more that you don't use. Basically what I did is I pushed everything that I could, all the connectors, up under this ignition section. So I've still got to clean it up a little bit. I was able to get this piece on. I broke off this top piece so the wires could go through a little easier. And I've just got some cleanup here. So we're gonna get through this and then hopefully throw a battery in, and hopefully it works. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna crash out. All right, moment of truth. Apparently it's important that when you turn the controller on that you do not twist the throttle, because if you do that, it doesn't know what the setup is and it could send it full throttle or it'll destroy your controller. Turn this thing on. It is on. Seems to be working. Rizzler, touring, keying manually. Okay. Oh my God, we're dialed now. Now we can adjust everything in the amp, power, torque, top speed up to 60. Yeah, we can go all the way up to 13 kilowatts, which is freaking crazy. Now, as I mentioned, this 6.7 kit will make even the stock 60 volt battery more powerful. But to push the full 13 kilowatts, you need the race battery or the touring battery. So naturally, I'm rocking the touring battery so we can see the full 13 kilowatts. Now, this thing does have 3 different modes on this mode switcher. So 1, 2, 3. I will put them on screen. 1, 2, 3. So you can see what some of the stats are. I don't really know how I should adjust it just yet, but let's do this. Ain't no way I'm out here and there's a kid on like a freaking Yasma. All right, I'm just going right into 13 kilowatts. All right, we're in sport. What I can tell you right off the bat is this thing has the exact sort of throttle feeling that the Razzers have always had. So it's that TrueMoto feeling, woo, where it's really responsive, and I love that you can just adjust absolutely everything. Previously I had 45, maybe 50 top speed. Oh, this is gonna do 60 plus. It's very scary on these little wheels. Oh my God. 57, oh, good thing we have formulas, holy shit. Bro. 6.7 kit on this thing is f***ing crazy. Look how quick it lights up the front. Easily. We're going 29, 30. Pulling it up at 33. That's actually crazy. But with 13 kilowatts, man, I'm sure glad that I have these formulas on here. I mean, this is a handful, dude. We're going 36, 38, 37, 39. All right, 40. It wheelies at 40. What? This is insane. All right, let's try it. I think mode 2 is like 10 kilowatt. It's a little less phase amps though. Ooh, that actually might be the sweet spot. We can use mode 3 for our little races, but damn. All right, let's go to Let's Roll as we always do. The bike shop here in Lancaster. What up, Cuba? How we doing, bro? Good. It's good, dude. How are you? Good. Mode 3 is so ridiculous, bro. Oh, watch out, buddy. This thing will put you on your ass, no question though, with how much power it has. Woo! I mean, I loved the stock Rizzler, and this isn't even the Sport. It's the 5 kilowatt Rizzler bike, but I mean, I'm never gonna say no to more power. And what I love is that the tune is just so butter. It's honestly better than the stock tune on the bike that, as it comes. I think for both the Sport and the standard Rizzler. Oh. And it's still nice and not too jumpy, so you can circle it. Sit down, knee knock, foot over, side saddle. That's where it's nice because you can kind of chase it out if you don't have the cleanest combo. Back up to a knee knock. Yeah, there's just stand up. So much more power now that honestly what it does is it allows you to make more mistakes. It's the same way like a low-powered car or a low-powered bike will really emphasize if you're a bad driver or rider. An overpowered bike kind of hides some of that. Oh my god, there's another bike up there. Is that a Grom? Hell yeah. Woo! Hell yeah, brother. I can do that. I see the stump bars. Nice. I love that. That's the SF Grom, right? I used to have one of these. 23, I think. That's cool, man. You wheelied it all? Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, I was looking for a handbrake. I see just foot brake right now. That's good. Not too up yet. Yeah. Groms are like the best bikes. I always say that. All right, man. Ride safe. Yeah. Brian636. Yo, I got a YouTube channel too. Check it out. It's called ConnorG Media. Yeah. All right. And the fact that I have this touring battery means I can just go all day, bro. Okay, we got the sit downs all day. We got the stand-ups on the pegs, and then we got stand-ups in the hoop with the little toe taps. Whew. So I would be willing to say that this is a pretty serious upgrade for the Rizzler, especially the standard Rizzler that's 5 kilowatt, because it's 3 times the power. And I think it's what, 670 if I'm not mistaken. It's MSRP right now. Well, if I'm gonna have to pick a bike of the summer, it might be this one. We'll see, because I'm getting the RTR XL this week. We'll see how they compare. The XL is gonna be a little more powerful at 16 kilowatts, but this thing is such a small little bike, so compact, and it really, really wheelies so well out of the box. Just listen to the responsiveness, and you can even tune up the throttle responsiveness in the app, which I tuned mine up just a little bit as you saw in the screenshots, but it's crazy. Oh my god. Almost looped again. Look at this old thing, man. This thing is old as shit. What year is this, man? Sorry to scare you. 78? It's cool, man. I like it.
A friend of mine to adjust my car a little, but otherwise it's running fine.
Yeah. That's the thing about carburetors, though. It's never ending, right? All right, man. Have a good one. Guys, what even kind of car is that? I don't even know. Isn't it crazy that this little bike is definitively beating this big bike in a race? All right, so my final review, 6.7 kit and high-speed motor on the Rizzler with the touring battery, smashing success. Highly recommend it. You can use code ConnorG to save. You can get it on Electro Co's website. This bike you can get on my website or Electro Co's website. Either way, use code ConnorG to save money on the bike. It's pretty sick. I think it's my new favorite bike till I get the XL. So it turns out I am not the sole admirer of the Suzuki DR 650. So is Nice CNC, who so kindly sent me a bunch of parts to pimp my DR. First, this handy mat to lay out on the floor while we work on the bikes. A new all black oil filter cover. Next, we have some nice black frame guards. These should help when I'm wearing boots that are rubbing against the frame, and they just look cooler. Add some more black to the bike. A brand new black sprocket cover, which should be a little bit lighter and looks way cooler. A new all black radiator guard with nice CNC on it. Come on the rise and win. We're going up around the bend. Lastly, and what I'm most excited for, a rear rack so I can mount all of my luggage, and a tail bag that I can just always leave on the thing. Fix your mind on a crystal day. Always down for good conversation. There's an info. All right, well, I figured I might as well show y'all some of the bling out on the bike. So we kind of are going a bit away from the city just to get a little more peace and quiet, to bring, you know, some of the chaos to not the city. See, we can't wheelie. Yeah, we have like no seat time on this bike, so wheelies are pretty bad, dude. I haven't been able to ride quite as much as I would like to, just between a vacation and moving, so it's been very busy. And with all these new little knickknacks and bling on it, I feel like it's looking pretty good. Wow, it is insane how hot it is. It's literally like 90 here right now. For an air-cooled bike, I'm sure the DR is thrilled right now. I was really just trying to find somewhere chill, you know? That's first gear. That's second gear. I'm always so afraid popping wheelies when I don't know where I'm at. And I'm more afraid of the fact that I'm not even close to balance point there. This looks promising. This tail bag already coming in clutch.
Traveling man, made a lot of stops.
So as you guys can tell, it's just a couple of tidbits, but I feel like it really brings the look together. I always like more black on a bike. I still might even make this bike black, but with that said, you have oil filter cover in black, you have the radiator cover in black, you have the frame protectors in black, frame protector on this side as well, and the sprocket cover. That looks sick. That's probably one of my favorite things, but the absolute favorite thing is this damn rack. So this rack will be super huge for me to be able to better secure some of my luggage when we do road trip. But for the day-to-day, daily use, it's perfect with this Kemimoto bag. I just stick it right on here. Fits perfectly. These are just like the small little touches that make a big difference, so I think it looks pretty sick.
Waits for my